Assalamualaikum everyone. So few last minutes adjustments for today. You guys know the struggle. Oh wait, that was too tight. Oh, you know, a lot of things I'm learning about the live videos, and one of the things is I need to like put my phone on silent. So let me just do that right now, and we can start. All right, so for today's live, also another thing, on one of the lives I was actually wearing like an external microphone because I was outside and you know there was more noise. But when I listen back to the lives, I'm wondering if I should wear the microphone all the time. So if you guys can let me know, that would be great. So I also sent the email again today, and I am still asking you if you guys want to like receive daily emails. So if you want to do that, don't forget to go into the email and click on that survey that is happening. So yes, today's topic, and I promise I'm gonna make it short. Subhanallah, yesterday I was like, I'm gonna keep it short. It was a live about the facial massage, and when I ended the live, it was like 22 minutes. I had no idea how that happened. But inshallah, today I'm going to keep it short, and let me just make sure that everything is working here. All right. So, today I want to talk to you about pores, and I promise I'm going to keep it short because I think that this is a subject that a lot of us are I don't think we're confused. We're just trying to get rid of them. We're trying to minimize them, to shrink them, to like clean them. So many things we're trying to do because we want to reduce their appearance. And if there is one thing that I have learned in my journey of like natural skincare and how to achieve good skin using natural products, is that your pores, they do not change size. So you can minimize them for a little bit. You cannot shrink them like permanently. You cannot really just change the way they are because it has to do a lot with genetics and what we were given by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But one thing that really affects the pores and how they look and how big or small they look is actually how clean or clogged they are. So just move that. All right. So how clean or clogged they are, and this is one of the things when I started like figuring out what is going on with my face. One of the topics that I'm going to be also speaking on is going to be oil cleansing, and I'm going to tell you why oil cleansing worked for me for a while, then it didn't work, and then it started working again. And it has to do a lot with like what I figured out about pores. So one of the things that I learned is that your pores don't really change. So every time you see this commercial for like creams and like masks that they say we're gonna shrink your pores and we're gonna do this to your pores and they're gonna look smaller and your skin is gonna look tighter. Yes, it might work for a little bit, but that effect is only temporary because you know the pores have to do the job they have to do, which is just let toxins out and let things out of your body because that is their purpose. So the best way to keep your pores as seamless, as minimized as possible, is to keep them clean. And a lot of people go at this by using like acid peels and like using really harsh procedures that I feel are not necessary. They might work for that moment, but I feel like, and this is my this is something that I'm just like every day like getting more and more confident about, that you can have like natural skin with a gentle routine, right? You don't have to like go to these extremes and do these treatments where you either have like the needles on your face or you have when they take the layer of your skin out. I don't feel like this is necessary for you to have really good skin. You can do it in a gentle way. So if we understand pores and the job that they do, we also have to understand that they're always going to be doing that job. So they're always, the reason why our pores get clogged is because there is either like hair or dust or just like sebum, I think that's the word, that's how you pronounce it, sebum from the you know, from the daily things that our skin is doing. Our skin is in charge of like detoxing the body. So when that gets clogged in your pores, you either get a blackhead or you get a whitehead. And actually the whitehead is an open pore, and the whitehead is closed. And what happens with the blackhead is that all of that oil and sebum and everything that is clogged in the pore oxidizes. Pretty much like when you eat an apple or you cut the avocado and it oxidizes and it turns brown. It's the same thing that is happening on our pores, and that is why our noses get those the most, because our noses tend to be the oiliest place. And in my case, it's like super oily. I don't know if that's with you, but with me is my nose. You know, I cannot put nothing that is kind of like water resistance, because between the oils and the sweat, my nose is like choo, and it doesn't really like it. So our pores are clogged and when our pores look smaller is when they are at their cleanest. And what you have to understand, which when I understood this, it was like, okay, I get it, is that the reason why our pores tend to enlarge and look bigger is because there's a lot of dust and stuff in it. So you have to like clean them out constantly. And my approach was, why instead of doing something like once in a while, like every 2 weeks, let me just look at the time so I don't go over. All right. So why do something like once a week or like twice a week that is really extreme, because you want to like suck everything out from the pores? Why not be like constantly just like helping to clean them out? Which is one of the reasons why I absolutely love the cleansing scrubs, because not only like you can give yourself a massage and it's really gentle, it doesn't have any soap, but you are constantly just like scrubbing all that gunk out of your pores, which lets your pores be smaller, doesn't let your pores be clogged. And if you know, I feel like a lot of us did this, where you do the steam so you can open the pores, and you do the pore strip so you can like rip all that stuff out, or you either do, what is the other thing, or you either like try to extract them, which I feel is like, no, don't do that, right? But these are all of the things that we have done to be able to get the stuff out of the pores. And I used to think that if you did it right, you went to the spa, you got the treatment, they took the stuff out, it was like, that's it, okay, nice. But they're just gonna keep coming back, because that's their job. Their job is to just like take the things out of your body. So my approach with the pores is not to be extreme about it, even though there are things yes. All right, yeah, so definitely I know a lot of you guys watch it on the replay, so that's totally fine. So what happens is, oh, I just lost my train of thought. All right, bring it back. So so yeah, the pores are always going to be doing what they have to do, and what we have to do is just to make sure that they are clean all the time. So that is really my approach, because I don't feel a lot of, if you like read about the pore strips, they don't really work, because you're taking things out that you're not really extracting in a deep way. If you want to really extract in a deep way, you can either use a clay mask, and like French green clay is really good at detoxing. I actually use it. I don't use it so much, because I find like now that my skin is much better than it used to be and my pores don't get so clogged, I feel like I need to use it like maybe like once a month, or even more. I use like the Rasul clay, which is more gentle, and clay and oats, which is also like a lot more gentle. But like clay masks are really good at keeping the pores, you know, because it's like when it builds up, then that is when the inflammation comes, and that is when the blackheads pop out. So what you want to do is to keep it, you know, to keep all of that outside of your pores. And the best way to do it, not the best way, but the most gentle way, most natural way, and fuss-free way, because I actually did have a time that I read about how to do all of these acid peels and this like, what is it, the BHA and all of these additives that you kind of need like this science science degree to understand them, because I wanted to really understand how it works. But you need to understand what to put first. This one cancels the other one. that one works well with this one, and I said it cannot be that complicated to just like keep my pores clean. So I know that I talk a lot about the cleansing scrubs, but I just love them. And if you think about them, our skin is constantly going to be doing its job. So if we are able to like give a little bit every day, like a little bit cleansing, a little bit massaging, a little bit like, you know, keeping the house clean, then you're not gonna like your pores are not gonna have the chance to get clogged, because you're always going to be like, you know, keeping it clean. And I feel like when I don't do that, it's right there. I'm like, oh, of course I haven't like cleansed my face in a few days, which doesn't really happen sometimes. But you can like automatically see it, and I would rather like spend my time like 5 minutes in the morning and not have to worry about, oh my god, like all of this routine with a lot of steps, and just like, you know, enjoy my skin. And what I do, and this is something that I actually did on a request, was somebody said my blackheads are really bad. And to be honest, my blackheads, like as all of us have it. And then I made the activated coconut carbon scrub, which it's really like deep, like it goes really deep in your pores. So I do that sometimes once a week, and I find that that really goes in. Like I actually put it all over my face, and I just scrub around my nose and around this part here, which is the one that gets most of those like the whiteheads, right? So I scrub it there, I scrub on my nose, and then I just put it on the rest of my face. And when I'm rinsing it, then I like very gently massage it, because it's really deep cleansing. If you have problems with blackheads, I would really recommend that one. But what I want you to take from this is that your pores don't change size. You cannot shrink. You can shrink them temporarily. You can like sort of make them look less visible, but the surest way to make them less visible is to keep them clean. And the best way to keep them clean is to develop a routine that is gentle enough that you can do it every day, and that is working with like, it's working little by little every day, so you don't have to go twice a week and go crazy and go to the spa and get these like really crazy intense treatments that I think are just like so harsh on the skin. It's sort of like a prayer. I feel like when you develop the habit of constantly like staying on top of that, which in our case with the skin doesn't really take that long because you can do it in the morning, then your skin is always going to be at a nice point. And then once a week, even once every 2 weeks, you can do like a really nice detoxing mask to get even more stuff out. But if you really stick with consistent and gentle like exfoliation, that is really the key for keeping your pores clean. And clean pores equal minimized pores. So I feel like, even though I know that people go on and on about this subject, like how to reduce them and to shrink them and everything, I feel it's very simple. I feel like it's not that complicated. Even when I was thinking today, oh, I'm gonna talk about this, I'm like, it's just simple. Keep them clean, and they're gonna be very, very tiny. You're not gonna be able to see them so much. If you really want to minimize them because you have a special event, wash your face with cold water, and it's gonna be like, what? Where are they? I don't see them, you know? If you want something like really quick. But on the long run, if you want to think about healthy skin in a natural way, in a way that is easy on you, like gentle exfoliation, like really gentle, and that's the key. That's the key. So yes, I promised that I was gonna keep it short. I hope that I did. But that was all I wanted to say. Blackheads are, I feel they're super easy to get rid of if you just develop the routine of like, you know, I'm not gonna say it again. I think I said it enough, right? So let me know if you guys like this video. Let me know if you guys would rather me wear the microphone, if maybe like my voice is too low, because that sometimes happens. And let me know what you think. I think maybe I'm looking at it from like, you know, with rosy glasses. Oh, it's so simple. Maybe it's not for you guys. So let me know what is happening with your skin. All right, and I will see you on the next one tomorrow, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.